Hi, I'm Sarah Stockham, and I help people to raise their natural energy. I have realized recently that I was living ahead of the calendar. And I don't know if you've ever had this experience or not, but we were coming into a season change, and I found myself living further down the road than where we actually were as the calendar said. And that got me to thinking about some things, including uncomfortable emotions. Some of those emotions may be things like anger or frustration. Maybe it's feelings of unworthiness or just wondering if you really count to the people who are around you. And what I know about these heavy emotions, at least from my experience, is that it's so often I want to work through them as quickly as possible. I want to be further down the road than what the calendar says. I want to be finished with it. I want to have it all wrapped up and done. And what I'm learning is that I don't want to be wallowing in the heavy emotions, but I absolutely want to be paying attention. And I want to feel them because every single one of them comes with a message. And the message is, it doesn't have to be like this. Every single one of those uncomfortable feelings is a trigger, which is an opportunity for me to take spiritual eyes and look at, why am I feeling that way? You see, circumstances are going to happen, and I get to think about them with more than just one thought. So my first thought coming through might be a thought of, this is not good. This is not going to end well. And although that could be one foreseeable perspective, if I come into it the mindset that says everything that is taking place in my life is working together for my highest best good, I've already created an internal shift about that dialogue. Truly, this morning, it was at least 8 minutes of wah, 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 wah. And as I kept listening into this, I became very surprised at some of the things that I was hearing from my mind chatter. And as I took a moment to pause and be mindful in that moment, I began to hear very clearly that the message was, will you get everything done in time? And the root of that is, am I sufficient? Am I enough? And as I began to listen to that, it was easy to apply spiritual wisdom and to say, I am connected today and forever to divine. And that connection to the divine, the one I call Papa, allows me to have access into more than enough. And so if I want to try living on my own, I can do that on my own energy, on my own mindset, on my own thinking of what's next possible. But if I want to lean into eternity, this side of eternity, that is completely available to me. And I would even posture to say that that is what heaven on earth is like, that you and I can be living in this space with heaven on earth. And so in this space, I invite you to look at your life, to have a conversation, at least to listen to the negative emotions, to be willing to have a mindset that looks with spiritual eyes, that says, what I'm feeling in this moment is temporary. Because literally, the chemicals in our brain cannot sustain the emotion for more than 15 minutes at a time. Literally. So think about the last time that you were joyously happy. You could feel the lingering effects of that, but lingering means that there's already been a shift, there's already a change, that the apex of that joy had already begun to shift. If that's true about positive emotions, it's also true about negative emotions. The last time that I looked into this cavernous of sadness and was fully aware of it in that moment, it felt empty. It felt void. But it also made me realize once again that that emotion was unsustainable for more than 15 minutes, even if I tried. And so in this space, I invite you to look, to use what you know, to apply that so that you can have more moments and string together more moments into longer moments of feeling present, aware, and grateful. I'm Sarah Stockham, and I invite you to follow me on Instagram at Sarah Stockham for daily encouragement, because I believe that you are here for a purpose, a great purpose.